What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Darius, and this video is for the girls. Mom never knows what to do. It's not an interactive intro.
It's not.
No, I don't.
We can't have a ball.
No, we can't have a ball.
So what if the people that be watching don't be saying this is for the girls?
I don't know what they do.
But you don't want them to do it.
They can do it if they want to, but I don't have my guests do it on
okay.
here. I think that's it. We don't have to say it together.
All right.
Okay. Well,
how come it can't be for the guys?
Yeah. So I often get that. Actually, I don't.
No,
I've had it maybe once or twice.
Okay.
The girls just means okay. So you know how sometimes you go into a room, you're like, or like, hey guys, or what's up guys, and there's girls in the room. It's the same thing. So if you can say call women girls guys, we can call guys girls, right? You think so? No,
I think we should just fix the problem overall.
What's the problem?
We should say, hey, hello everyone, when you walk into a room.
Okay,
don't we want to be progressive?
Great. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Are you going to start doing that?
Yeah, but we got to start with your channel first.
No, I'm not. Until you guys stop saying guys for girls, then we're gonna then I'll stop after that. But until then, we're gonna say girls for guys. So if you're a guy and you're watching this, don't be offended. Yeah. You can whatever. Now I don't care about a thumbnail, whatever.
Now, why do they say one man?
Something to do with religion. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Well, I don't know if that's only in the English language though, because there's obviously other languages. I don't know if they're language for men.
I think there's other examples too.
There are other examples, but I don't
wish
think
I
every
had
language is like that.
So I could have asked.
Oh yeah, you should have. I have my phone now. We can look it up. All right, how you guys doing? I haven't done a video with Dalvin in eon. Well, I did one for his channel, but I'm just saying we don't do videos often because he lives across the country.
Oh, the gimme fries. Oh, Darius is a thief. They give you
It's okay. I just called Popeyes and actually ripped them a new one. Those are supposed to be my fries, but that's okay. You can have them.
Darius called and he says, I need the manager on the phone immediately.
I did not say that or rip them a new one. I just said, hey guys, you didn't give me. No, because they were all. No, let me tell you why. They were being weird, and they didn't do this right. So I went there and I ordered a 2-piece spicy meal and a 3-piece spicy meal. They both come with one side. Mine was the 2-piece spicy meal and yours was the 3-piece. And for mine, I wanted a wing and a thigh. For you, I got you a wing, a leg, and a thigh. Okay.
They get not 2 thighs.
Right.
And a leg.
So they didn't get you the right meat either. So then I was like, okay. So then I said the one for the wing and the leg and the thigh, I want mashed potatoes, and the other one I want fries. And so then I looked in yours, assuming yours would have you know what I'm trying to say. Assuming yours would have the mashed potatoes, and they didn't give me any mashed potatoes at all. And then they just divided, I got a large coleslaw, divided into 3 small containers. I don't even know what that means. Then I had to wait for the chicken. It was just a whole lot, is all you guys need to know.
Was there a line? See, that's what I can't stand, when they get it wrong and there's no line. When it's like, like what is going on?
What's the excuse is what you're saying. Oh, I forgot the black match. I'll be right back.
All right. And that Popeyes be having plenty of employees there too.
Right. They should have had it right. I don't know why.
Last time I went, they had about 5 people working in the back. I'm like, man, employment is plentiful at that Popeyes.
What were you saying?
Actually, last time I went there, for me and Walter's video, they had about like 5 or 6 employees back there. And I said employment is plentiful for that Popeyes.
They definitely mess up at this Popeyes. I don't know why. Don't ask me. But the other one that me and Grandma have been going to is much better. Now this chicken looks a little bit crazy. I got bone-in, guys. I hope you're happy and proud of me because I don't eat bone-in.
Their tenders ain't it though.
Their tenders?
Their tenders got a weird flavor.
I like you should try their in a wrap. Their wraps.
The wraps? The blackened chicken and...
No. Blackened chicken? I didn't have
that.
They
just had some new wraps.
Speaking of blackened, did you want any of this ranch or sweet heat? You don't eat that stuff?
I'll do one of them. If you don't eat one.
No, this is for both of us.
Okay, I'll get one sweet heat.
Okay, you can have one of each. Anyways, but yeah, I get their wraps all the time. And... their wraps are really good to me. They have a spicy wrap. Now the thing is, you like this too. I do not like unmelted shredded cheese. I think it's so nasty on every single thing I've ever had it on. It just tastes like, I don't know, especially when it has that cake flour or whatever on it to make it stopping sticking. It just tastes weird.
No, I can't stand when people melt shredded cheese on nachos. I think that's the worst.
Oh, because it's hard to... It's hard to pull it apart. Oh, you're saying instead of nacho cheese?
Yeah, nacho cheese is what I need.
But I've always been very picky. I don't ever even eat nachos or cheese on my tacos.
At this
that's
point, I'm
unmelted.
surprised you're not vegan.
I did my little cute vegan thing when mom and dad did it.
How long did that last?
24 hours.
Oh.
No, I'm just
If that was the case, I would say I'm as vegan too then.
No, I don't know. I think I tried to go vegetarian for a month. This was probably December. I think I came back for like a winter break. This is when I was in college. And this is when I was working out heavy or whatever. I came back, and the place that I did the stuff at, they would give me a scan, like a little DEXA scan to see my body fat percentage and stuff like that. And I got back, and my personal trainer said, okay, so what did you do in Ohio? And I said, I don't know. I just, it was the holiday season. I was a vegetarian. He said, don't ever do that again.
That's crazy.
I lost all my muscle that I had worked to previously. He said, whatever you did, don't ever do that again. Because I literally lost everything.
Now, what if there was someone who was a hard veganite and he said that to them? They'll be offended.
Well, no. You can be a vegan or a vegetarian and be a bodybuilder or a muscle, whatever you want to call it. But you have to be incredibly diligent. You got to be very strategic about what you eat, how much of it you eat, all that. Because with muscle, it's much easier when you already eat meat because it's in every meal or whatever.
Yeah.
But when you are talking about eating beans, and I don't even know what else has protein in it that's not meat, and chickpeas and things like that, you got to be very strategic. And I was being lazy.
At this point, I'm ready to just take some steroids and call it a day.
Yeah, no.
You haven't thought about it?
I have.
Or what is the other thing? Testosterone.
Well, that's different. Well,
Is it?
then steroids?
Yeah.
Yes.
No. They're literally the same thing. It's just it's a what's a PR name for it?
Not really. One is like for cows, and one is for human. Or no,
Is that how them cows be getting strong? You ever seen
Yes.
incredibly strong
That's how
cows?
they get them that big. Some people, well, I think there's definitely different types of steroids. Now, this is not a drug use channel. I'm not condoning any of this. I'm actually telling you not to do it. But yeah, the way they get them to be that plump or whatever is using all these hormones. And some guys in the gym think that they want to do it. Now, there's a lot of benefits to doing it. Me saying I'm not condoning it, but there's a lot of side effects.
How'd you know all this research?
Well, I told you I've been recently in the gym space, but I've been seeing people talk about it and things like that, and I'm very interested in like.
When the people who said I'm natty or what's the other word?
That's what I would hear at first. It's just natty. They would say, "Oh, are you natty?" Now, if you don't know, if you ever hear anybody say natty, that means natural. That means that they got all their gains through hard work and
Or
eating.
you on the juice?
Right, or on the juice. We're giving all the slang and everything. But anyway, so I had to add some salt to my coleslaw. Their coleslaw would not be that good to me. It's not KFC. But anyway, so I've been watching those things or whatever. And then I also, one of the big things, this is when I was like, I just would never be able to do this. They said over time, your testicles, they shrink.
Yeah.
And and you might run into fertility issues. Absolutely not. Now, when am I going to be using my fertility? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. But maybe one day. I thought about freezing my eggs. You should not eggs. Me saying I'm.
Let's hack that.
I meant freezing my sperm.
So, you can do that for sperm too?
Yeah,
huh?
you can. You can.
I didn't know that.
Not eggs is crazy.
What I was gonna say though is I have a friend right now who's on not what's it called testosterone. Yeah, he's on testosterone right now.
Well, how do you get it? Because don't you need to be deficient to get it?
Honestly, I feel like you can go on the internet and get one of them RX doctors and get it.
Absolutely not.
Like,
Or like on Hims or something, or-
What can you not get with them nowadays? They prescribe anything. They do a fake consultation.
A fake consultation is crazy.
A consultation that lasts for 10 seconds. Say, "Oh, I got headaches and this and that. Bet here's some perks." You know what I mean? Like they give you anything. Perks may be over exaggerating, but like Adderall or testosterone or Viagra or stuff like that.
Right. I don't know. I think with testosterone, I would never do it because I think there are side effects from having too much. I don't want acne.
And bald
You get
head.
that? You get that too. You get I don't want aggression. That happens too. Like you get irritable. You get like angry at like small things and stuff.
But Mom was saying, she's like, "Yeah, Dalvin, you calm down a lot." She's like, yeah, you calm down, like, not as hype as you used to be. She said, you don't have as much testosterone now. She was like, you lost your testosterone.
That might be true. You don't think so?
So that's why I need it back. But
No, you gotta get a test. I just took a testosterone test.
No, I did too.
At home, though.
They did say, but I wasn't high, but I wasn't low. I was just
I was in the middle too.
Yeah,
but honestly, I feel like every time I have an issue, I'm like, it's my testosterone, and I need it to be higher. But the way you make it higher is it's your lifestyle. You got to eat right. You got to work out more. That raises your testosterone, and then you'll start getting normal things back that you felt like you didn't have. You'll have like it'll raise your libido. It'll change your mood. Your mood will stabilize, and you'll be more like mellow. You'll have more energy. All of those things happen when you change your lifestyle. If you're not eating right and not working out and not doing this and that, now you don't have to work out. But I'm just saying, like, if you're not living a healthier lifestyle, your testosterone starts to dip.
Yeah. No, this is the food they feeding us over here too.
No,
wait, get us some better food.
Literally, I was watching a video. We don't have to get in the whole like globalism topic again, but I was watching a video about Japan and what they eat, and they're so much healthier than us. And when I say healthier, I mean they have less obesity than we do, because they have more healthy at convenience, if that makes sense. Like when you get something here and if you want to get something to eat and you're starving, you're going to Popeyes, you're going to McDonald's, you're going to Taco Bell, you're going to Wendy's, and all those things have incredibly processed things in them. But in Japan, you can get an easy, fast, quick, cheap, healthy meal, and the majority of their meals are like that. They're going to have a protein and a vegetable and rice and this and that, and they give you portions that are like a size you can finish in a meal instead of stretching your stomach out and then needing more next time. Their largest, they said their largest in their fast food restaurants are our smalls.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm glad we just banned Red 40. But that still don't come into effect.
This is why I don't eat bone and chicken. The bone broke in my mouth.
That's crazy.
Absolutely not. Red 40, yeah.
Yeah.
Red 40, all the food coloring. Like, what do you mean there's no global consensus on what is bad and what's healthy? Right? Why is the United States the only one's like, well, this will be fine, but everywhere else is like, no. I don't know. I mean, it's weird.
Yeah.
And I don't think they care about us. They said that, and I don't remember if I said this on your video or not about the lunch school lunches and stuff. I don't know if I did, but they have a whole in not Japan. This was maybe it was Japan. They have a whole like nutritionist who leads the food in the school lunches or whatever, and they plan and curate meals and they make everything from scratch every morning, and the kids are much more grateful of it because it's like an actual cooked meal that they actually did and spent time over instead of just. Not that the lunch ladies in the United States aren't doing nothing. I'm just saying it's a much more streamlined process that's much healthier. And then also, it's just their culture is different.
Yeah.
Different culture breeds different outcomes.
So you've been heavy into Japan lately?
No, I've been just heavy into my timeline showing me other countries being iconic. And that's been crazy. And this is just insane. Like the stuff we eat is crazy.
Yeah.
No wonder why we're the size we are, because everything's... It's supersized and fried in this oil, and we got extra this and extra that.
Yeah, when you try to eat healthy, I feel like you realize how much there's not healthy stuff out there.
Literally. And if you live in
Can I get a honey? 2 of those.
If you live in California or I don't know, Atlanta or something like that, if you live in a big city, you can eat healthier, right? You're probably gonna spend 25% more than the person who's eating unhealthy, right? Because you don't have to worry about you have to worry about going out to eat probably more, unless you want to make your own stuff. It's just a lot of a harder life to live. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to make stuff at home to be healthy. Or when you go out, there's not that many options in a smaller town like ours right here. You know, like it's not very many options to get that's super healthy and fast and cheap. And that's why it's praised in Japan. They make it that option for you. Even their convenience meals, like at their convenience stores, like 7-Eleven or whatever, they have so many 7-Elevens and like grocery stores. They are so, their meals are so healthy there.
and you can make a whole noodle at the 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. But one thing I've been liking a little bit more is cooking. I've been making food at the house. Mm-hmm.
What do you like to make?
Salmon, catfish, all the fishes, cod, salmon,
Really?
tilapia.
Okay.
I just started making chicken. Yeah, and then I be making some home cooked meals. I'm like, I think you get a joy too out of seeing people eat it and they enjoying it. You know?
Like someone, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I love cooking for other people. I be trying to make I make some jerk chicken stew for mom and dad.
What's your favorite dish you make?
I wouldn't say it's a dish I make. I just really try. I like watch a tutorial and then I'll just make it. But the favorite thing I've probably done.
We don't got no family recipes.
Nope. That's what mom hasn't passed it down to us. And she's listening right now.
We don't have nobody in the family that says, here's this cookbook.
That's actually not true. Let me stop before mom gets me. I don't know if mom has a recipe though. She doesn't have a thing written down. But she did teach me how to make everything Thanksgiving. So like all the greens, I know how to make mac and cheese, and I'm trying to think. I think that was really the main sides. Because with a ham, you don't really do much.
So you know how to make greens?
Yeah. And then what I'm more worried about is like when I have kids, teaching them the fundamentals of cooking. Because just knowing how to cook a recipe is not going to help you. You need to know, I mean, it will help you, but you need to know how to, why a recipe is good, what you did to make it good, and then you can like use that knowledge as a foundation for another recipe. Like, I feel like I just know how to wing it. I could probably just make something if you asked me to make it. If it wasn't like something super complicated, you know?
So, do you think you're gonna be strict on your kids, like when it comes to diet? Like, what age can they have their first soda? Because I feel like when they don't know nothing about it, then I mean they're not missing out on nothing unless now they go in a friend's house and they see this wonderful thing, you know.
I haven't really thought about that because I don't want to be what they call an almond mom. Have you heard that? An almond mom is a term for a mom who's very like on a helicopter mom when it comes to eating, and you can only have a what? Oh. Okay, I'm on the same page. I was like, what? Anyways, an almond mom is a mom who basically is like always on their kids about what they're eating, right? And it's definitely just not a good thing. It leads to horrible trauma in that kid because they're always like, you know, they call it almond because the moms will be like, oh, like I'm hungry, and they'll say, oh, I just want an almond.
I never heard that saying.
Never, they won't actually say that. But I'm saying they eat like that little, and they'll judge you if you eat more than that. And there is people talk about that all the time. But anyways, now mom wasn't an almond mom, of course. But what I'm saying is that I don't want to be an almond mom, but I do want my kids to be healthy. But it's hard because getting kids to eat healthy, they're not going to want to. You got to hide your vegetables in the food and stuff like that. I also don't want them to have an unhealthy relationship with the food where they're like, I can't eat this because it's too much or whatever. Like, you just want to be a kid and just eat what you want to eat. But I also don't want them to be in a position where their body is now changing as a result of their eating habits, and then they're getting made fun at school for being a couple pounds heavier, or they feel like they're missing out on, like, I don't know, dating and relationships because somebody's fat phobic or all of that. I don't want my kids to experience that, but it's hard to explain those societal things. An adult would understand all those things and then maybe have the motivation to eat healthy. But when you're talking to a 9-year-old about why they shouldn't be eating this, and that, it's really a hard conversation. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. What will you do?
I just get them active.
Okay.
Because the thing is, I feel like your kids are into what you're into. So they say, let's go for a walk, guys. I'm like, yeah, let's go bike riding. Yeah, let's go play basketball.
Right.
So get them more active, and also too, like I said, they can't miss what they don't know. And for example, there's this one woman at my apartment complex. She has a child that never had soda.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
And I was like, yeah, I let him. I was like, oh, could he have this? it's a 0-calorie soda. She was like, I'd never let him have soda before, but I'm gonna let him try this. It was a Zevia.
How old is he?
I didn't even guess, but he was walking, talking, probably like 7, 8.
Okay.
And yeah, and that kid loved it. Literally, he took a sip. He's like, oh, "This is good." I'm not kidding. And she's like, "Yeah, I never let him have soda." I don't know the way. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, she said she never let him have soda before, but I'm like, yeah, he went that long without knowing about it. And
Right.
He been having a ball his whole life, you know?
Yeah, but then when he gets older, he's gonna be like, my mom kept this from me, and then he's gonna binge out and eat, drink as much soda as he wants.
You
And
think so?
That's
No.
what they do. They get resentful and they say, my mom never had let me have this.
Okay, so do you think holding your kids back from like going out and playing out, they're gonna like sneak out the house now, and so you're gonna
Yeah.
let them do things?
Yeah, I think it depends on what though. I think
Would you let? What age would you let your kids start dating?
any age.
Can they have friends over, sleepovers? Are you one of the cool? If you had to say like,
Depends
Dad,
on
can I
the
have my
age.
girlfriend over?
I think if they're young, they can have kids over.
Like if they're 15, Dad, can I have my girlfriend
I
over?
don't know. No, 15 is too. 15. Not that they can't have their girlfriend over, but I will be. I think what I would do is I'm going to be very open and honest about and have conversations. I think that the whole abstinence thing is stupid. So sorry. If you're a parent, you're like, oh well, and this is my opinion. If you're a parent and you're like, oh, don't do that or whatever, don't have sex, they're not going to listen to you. They're going to do it anyways. I'm going to be having conversations about, okay, this is what it costs to have a child. This is what you need to do to not have one.
Okay.
This is what you need to do to be safe and not spread any diseases. You're going to want to do these things. You're getting at the age, 14, 15, 16, whatever. If you have a child,
So now let's say this.
that's the door.
So now let's say this. These 14 said, Dad, I want to buy. Can you buy me some condoms? Or Dad, can you put me on birth control?
I think that the birth control thing would be a deeper conversation. And I don't even know a lot about it now. I know there's a lot of pros and cons to birth control. I would talk to my daughter about, the options that she has or whatever. It would also depend on the age. I think 14 is a little young.
Because the thing is, someone asked me that question recently. They're like, if your daughter came and you said, hey, can I be on birth control? What would you say? I'll feel, you obviously want to say no because you don't want to encourage it, but then you don't want to say, I mean, you don't want to say yes to encourage it, but you don't want to say no because now if she does get pregnant, you could have prevented it.
Right. So that's my thought process exactly of they're going to do it anyways. So the best way is to try to like guide them in the correct direction and hope and pray that they don't end up, having anything bad happen to them, right? And, I think that, but just telling them not to do it does not work. It literally, you can literally look this up. It has never worked in the past. And I'm sure some of you have experienced being a kid and your parents probably told you not to do it and you did it anyway. So you did it behind their back or whatever the case may be. And then you go into it not being knowledgeable about the situation. You don't know what you're doing, what you're talking about at all. And then now you're just having unprotected sex and having babies because no one told you what to do and what not to do and how it could affect your life.
You can't kick your kid out the house if they had a baby.
Okay, well, there's going to be a lot of, I don't know what it's Don't worry about it.
Because the thing is, they're going to be super stressed at that moment too. And you got to be super supportive.
Who said I have to be super supportive? Okay, fine, maybe I will, but it'll be the worst they've ever seen me. I think that having, and for me, I think that I would obviously give, depending on how young they were, they would have the option to not have the baby.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be if my daughter, what am I trying to say? If I'm the one who has a daughter in the situation or a son. But yeah, I just think that it really is important to let people know all their options.
But would you even open it up to adoption though? Because I feel like that's a hard option. If they carry it for
that's a really hard option.
Would you say?
I would let them know there was an option, of course.
Oh, I'm saying, so would you let them? Would you be okay with it? Would you tell them, oh, it's either you got to let them go or you got to keep them?
Well,
because I feel like saying, okay, we can explore that option and like being okay with that option is just so much, because now your daughter's got something on her body that you just don't recover from probably. Right. And then also too, just the hardness and the mentalness of like letting go of your kid.
I think that, again, depending on how young she was, well, I'm more talking about like 16. I just feel like 14 is so young to be doing all of that. Like, that's kind of crazy. But I know some people start at different ages, but I think that we're talking about 16, 17, and she gets pregnant, whatever. I think that it would ultimately, obviously, be her decision to do whatever she wanted to do, whether that be adoption or not. But I would have long conversations with them about it.
Well, I think they were teaching sex ed in middle school, though. So I think the oldest
that is
in middle
13,
school is 14.
Right.
That's the oldest.
But I don't know how many of the, maybe I just wasn't sexually active at 12 and 13 or whatever. But I mean, a lot of people are experimenting with themselves, you know, but I don't know about going and doing stuff with other people.
Yeah,
maybe
but I'm saying they're probably just learning about it, and then what if they're just being smart and just want to take safety precautions? And what?
Either way, I'm going to be having conversations with them well before they get to the point where they maybe want to do it themselves, so that when the time comes and they are doing it, I want them to be knowledgeable about the situation. And I really think it depends on the kid. Some kids are like 12 years old and so much more mature and understanding of different scenarios and situations and life in general. And then you have a 12-year-old who's drooling, and you're going, oh.
So this is kind of another conversation, but still on the same point, and this can get real deep. What do you think? Are you okay with them teaching sex ed in school and other things like that too?
100%.
Like things that are personal.
100%.
Some people don't like that.
I know. I think it's weird. I mean, I haven't, again, fleshed out my thoughts on every single person and why they might have the beliefs that they have, but I really don't understand why you as a parent would not want your child to know about sexual education. I understand there's the whole, like, a lot of people have a religiosity behind it of abstinence and wait till you're married and things like that, but I'm telling you right now, that just does not work. Like, you can see it happening everywhere. Like, kids are going to be kids, and just telling them not to do something doesn't make them not do it. It makes them do it without knowledge. And so now you're having more teen pregnancies because you're telling them to abstain from it. I think that kids need to know about their bodies, about what they're going to experience and feel, and what they're going to want to do, even at 14 years old, because it just is a human nature. It's a part of our nature, and I think that not equipping a new human with the knowledge to be able to handle it correctly is just unethical to me.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking, it is more religion, and I know you're not that religious, but have we become so evil that we normalize having sex before marriage, and it's like normal, like you don't feel really guilty about it?
Evil?
Well, if you're thinking of like the...
Evil is crazy.
The religion term of it. Or is it really not as bad as it is? Like, because having sex before marriage, like... I personally probably don't know one Christian that's actually
had done that.
Sustained that. Yeah, who's actually done that.
Right. Well, my belief is that, like,
and also too, like those people who. Well, that's a different conversation. That's more of a that's more of a different. I don't want to get canceled.
Okay. Not today, so didn't want to get canceled. I really have tried not to be canceled in my career. Definitely a few times, but I try now very to choose wisely which words I use. But what you were asking about before, I personally don't think that there's any issue with having intercourse with somebody before marriage. But that is, I think that it really is depending on your belief system and your religiosity, and whether that be Christianity or something else. And so everybody's answer is going to be different. I can't tell or convince somebody that it's fine, because if you believe in other, in the transferring of spirits, you've heard that before, right? Too, when you're doing
soul ties.
Soul ties. Like, if you believe that.
Did I tell you the story about a woman who told me I was soul tied to her?
No, that's crazy.
That was the scariest moment ever, because I never heard that word before. Did I tell you that story?
And after you had intercourse with her?
So let me tell you that. Let me just quick synopsis. First time in Houston, 2018, when I moved there for the Clout House. Met up with this one woman, and we were out talking through social media. End up looking up. She's like, pull up to my house. Mind you, this is like my first couple months living there. I've never been. I think she's probably one of the first women I messed with in Houston. Go to her house, and she's like, yeah, I made some food for you. And she made me some spaghetti. Mind you, I didn't know nothing about this.
Okay.
Spaghetti is like a big thing, especially down south. Louisiana.
I see. Okay.
So she made spaghetti. I'm happy. Go like, oh wow, this is nice.
And she just met you?
Yeah. She made me spaghetti, watched the movie, things of that sort, and we was chilling. Obviously, had some drinks or drinking wine, watching a movie. Things led to another, right? And then I don't know where I left off at, but I never heard that word, so I was really like scared. And then also when I tell people the story, especially in Houston, I say, yeah, she makes spaghetti too. She made you spaghetti. You know what that means?
That's scary.
Yeah.
So I guess, but then that means that even before you guys had intercourse, she like was planning like this to be a night because she made you spaghetti. Like, it was more of it was already in her thought process.
As I came in, she was cooking already. Still, you know, it's like, hey, yeah, grab a seat. I'll pour you some glass of wine. I'm finishing up dinner type deal.
Oh, that's so weird. I think. And so you had never heard that before.
Never heard that word, so I was really scared when she said it. And I'm thinking I'm about to get into a car accident driving.
Okay, but honestly, that means it's not like you took her virginity or something.
Nuh-uh.
So then, is she soul tied with every man she does something with? Did she say?
Well, I think that's anybody. I mean, I don't know if she says that to every guy, but soul ties happens when you.
Right. I didn't know if it was like maybe you specifically she had a tie to, like because of what happened, or maybe it was she says it to every guy, or I don't know. But that is kind of scary. And I would run too. And you said you never saw her again. Yeah. No, but I don't know. I think that it really just depends on what you believe yourself, and I think you should just abide by that. I think that everybody, I can't convince anybody to be like, oh no, soul tying doesn't exist or this. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not the authority to say that that's true or not. But I do think that it's in our human nature to want to have intercourse with people, and I think that it is weird to me to try to abstain from and wait 30 years or whatever when you get married. I don't know how long it takes for people to get married, but and that's why a lot of not everybody, but a lot of hyper religious people will be married at 18. Yeah, because they're trying to get something done.
Yeah, but also too, I believe a relationship is more successful if you get married young.
Okay,
the reason why is because, like I said, connecting with a lot of bodies. I feel like it hinders you more from attaching to one person. That's why I think high school sweethearts or college sweethearts are like the best chances of making it to marriage. I'm not saying everybody, obviously. Right. When we say anything,
but I wonder if that's statistically true. I wish you had your mind up. Yeah. I wonder if statistically, like, high school sweethearts are like better off. Yeah. Because I don't know. I just think that I don't know anything about relationships, and also it's a difference being gay too. Like I'm always on the outskirts looking in, trying to understand data. But I wonder if high school sweethearts have a better or have a lower divorce rate.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, you just have less experience. So with less experience, you don't know what you're missing out on. The one person. So it's either one or you get the one person who's just like, now you break up. I want to be young, wild, and free. I just feel like you have less of a chance to bond with people when you have more people that you connected with, having a person with 50 bodies versus a person with 5 bodies. I feel the person with 5 bodies has a higher chance of finding soulmate.
So it says, surprisingly, no, high school sweethearts actually tend to have a higher divorce rate than couples who meet later in life. Studies show that couples who marry in their teens or early 20s have a significantly higher chance of divorce, sometimes as high as 60 to 70%. One major study found that those who marry under age 25 have the highest divorce rates of all age groups. And the reasons why they listed is because lack of maturity, which I would definitely have been able to clock, but limited relationship experience, educational and career growth, like they have different life paths and they don't think about that in high school, and then financial stress. And those are things that I probably would. 60 to 7% is crazy.
You're asking ChatGPT? Yeah. This is the new world order.
Oh my.
Listen. So
ask Gemini.
You believe that.
I don't know if you have it.
You believe that more experience is better for a relationship. That's pretty much what that just said.
Well, it was said a lot more than that. You just don't.
It's pretty much because it said less experience.
It said lack of maturity, limited. So maturity.
Yeah.
So that's different than experience. Then it said limited relationship experience.
Yeah.
And then it said educational and career growth. You have different paths. Like you think about what your life is going to be differently at 17, 18, 19, 20 versus maybe 25, 26, 27. Yeah. And then financial stress. Younger couples typically have more financial stress because they're young, and that probably causes a wedge in their relationship.
And also, too, I believe when people focus on their women. I don't think it's the same with guys, but when women focus on their goals first, then I feel like it gets hectic later on because now they tend to be more independent and more masculine.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's in every movie. the woman who just was like super goal oriented, like whatever, I'm just getting to this bag, the other side of that. Now they want a man on their level, on their status or higher, and in order for them to reach such a status, they had to become some kind of, you know, potential boss babe, you know, and with a boss babe mentality, you're not as
well. Do you want like a 14-year-old girl? Like
no, what?
I'm saying like what? Why don't you want a boss babe?
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I just saying I wouldn't want a woman who prioritizes her career first.
Yeah, and I
mean, this is not obviously. I'm not saying if I met her on after her career is successful, I don't want her because she prioritized it first. But if I'm like talking to a woman,
while you're talking, to her.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that either is crazy, actually.
Why?
No, I'm saying like not wanting to be with
a woman prioritizing
Sorry. Yeah. If you are with a woman and she's like, oh, I want to prioritize my career, like I don't understand, and I'm sure you're not the only man who believes that. I think it's weird because there are many people. So we just talked about people who are younger, right? Like in their early 20s. If a woman is like, why can the man in that situation in their early 20s have a career or want to strive for a career? Aren't they doing that too? Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that the issue is that like in today's day and time, women are now afforded the ability to go to college, go to school, go get a career, blah, 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 blah. And then they also want to have kids too, which men do too. They want to go to school and college and everything, go get a career, and then they want to have kids as well. But then it's like a woman's worth is tied to her youth and her body and whatever it is. And so then like she can't go and do a career and she might want a man not to take care of her because she's been taking care of herself for the past decade or however long it's been since she's been out of high school. Yeah. And I just don't understand why us as humans on a basic level,
biology.
The career is not biology. You don't have you don't have any kind of biological.
But what you're saying, the reason why woman's worth is connected to her health and how young she is.
Her youth.
Her youth and stuff. That's right, yeah. Just like women.
But how young though? You can still, I think that this is all, you guys said that women can't have kids after 23.
No, they could definitely, obviously still have kids even after 35, 36, whatever.
Obviously the risk goes up.
It's just, the risk goes up.
It depends on how old you're talking about though.
But I just believe, what they will call toxic masculine whatever energy is obviously, like how I said earlier, I just feel a woman with less bodies, less experience, has more of a chance to be compatible with. I just feel, more bodies, more experience.
But you don't think the same for men?
Correct. Because in order for women want us to have experience. Women don't want the innocent, and this is not every woman, but like this, everybody knows the story that's told. They want the bad guy. They don't want the innocent guy who had nobody. The woman, listen, if I was dating Beyonce, there would be so many more women who would want me because, you was able to get Beyonce, versus if I couldn't get nobody. If no girl wants me, I don't want them either.
Yeah, I understand that that's why it's very gray when you're talking about like beliefs or movements or whatever, because like this I guess ties into the feminism thing we were talking about before, but or in the other video, that women want to be able to strive and do what they want to do or whatever, but then there's also those same women might also want a man to do some traditionally masculine things or whatever, but they want that man to be okay with them doing traditionally masculine things, which I feel like when it comes to a woman doing traditionally masculine things, it's really more just independent things. Yeah. Is that like, I feel like being able to financially, but also, okay, so would you not want a woman to like be able to match her salary, and now you guys have double the salary because she went to school?
No, I would love that. I'm not against it at all.
I know.
I just don't want nobody who's just like, this is my priority.
But what I'm saying is like in 2025, a lot of men, I think, would love to have their spouse have the same amount of income or whatever to be able to match that and have it, because in 2025 it's crazy.
Yeah, but in 2025 they'll want to have the same salary but don't want to spend a dime on any of the bills.
Right, which I also think is crazy. On the woman's side too, I think that it's crazy when I see women who are like, he needs to make $600,000 a year and do this and blah 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 blah. Like that's completely outrageous for this time. You have to be, and that's why I understand when they're like talking about like, if you want a quote unquote high value man, are you a high value woman too? And like, you can't just be anybody asking for somebody with $600,000, because that is a really small you're in the top 1%, or not 1%, but in top whatever 3% of the United States making that much money. So are you in the top 3% of women? Because I would like to know. But like that's my understanding on that, because I think it's just too much. You're asking for too much. So I think there doesn't need to be a break on men for financially, like how much they're expecting you to make. But I think there also needs to be a break on women for who want to go get a career and help out in the family, as long as they're willing to be like using their salary. I think it's crazy to be like,
and also too, you know what I think it is? It's just our culture. And now I'm not saying our culture is in black people. It's the culture of like our age group and the generation we're growing up in. Because if you really look at it, there's a lot of these power couples. Like, I mean, you do have your instances of, there's a stay-at-home wife who goes to brunch with her girls and
right.
a super successful man. But, there's a lot of times it's the man and woman who are both very successful and they can live in higher upper middle class.
Right.
And they're both contributing and there's no problem with it. Like, we have this argument. And I think it's just in our age group, our culture. Yeah. And when I'm saying age group, it's just like pretty much everybody who's single, who's on the internet.
Millennials.
Who's on the internet and listens to these different podcasts.
Right. Really, that's really a echo bubble chamber on these social media things. But yeah, I think that I don't know. I think that this conversation is old and been had a million times. I just think that older generations have more of a traditional understanding, and I think that women have been more progressive in their views of what a woman should be in a relationship, and I think that men largely have stayed the same in what they want women to be for them, for like what they want from a woman, I guess. And I think this conversation is incredibly difficult for me to always, because I'm not on either side to know. I think I'm leaning towards obviously the woman side of wanting to be able to be more equal, but I do understand from the man side some things that they desire in a relationship, and I just think that there needs to be some sort of middle ground, and I think it depends on the person that you're talking to. Some women don't want to have a career, and their life is their family. They want to have a family. They want to do it young, and that's fine for them. I just think the option for other women to not do that should be there, and I don't think they should be shamed for wanting to get a career and getting a relationship with a man who wants to be with them. It just depends on. So, what is your age range of like who you would be looking for? Like, how are you now?
31.
30? Yeah,
31.
Would you do like 25? Or you do lower than 25? I don't know.
Yeah, right now, currently.
Okay. Okay, so how old would you?
Yeah, 25, definitely 100% 25.
Well, yeah, 25 is fine. Any younger than that, or
I'll say 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, 25 is where I like consider seriously. I think when I see like 23, I'm like, man, you're young.
Yeah, because it's more of a maturity thing that they were talking about. Like, where like at 23, and everyone thinks that they're mature at whatever age they are. I think that now, but then I'm gonna be 5 years ago. I'm like, I was not mature 5 years ago, and I even think that now, like being 20 or whatever, I was just not how I am now, and that's how it is when you get older. So then, how old would you do? Would you do someone older than you? A woman older than you?
Something about women being older than me. I mean, yeah, like having fun. But like dating is something like I can't get over. Like
even just a number, like even okay. What if it's 1 year?
Like 2 year. Like I was in a situation where she was 2 years older than me, and I just like that was one thing I was like. It always. I mean, obviously, I wasn't like being petty about it, but it's in the back of my head, like you're a little bit older than me. I don't know, something about older.
Interesting. Just even a little. So what do you think that comes from? Like it has to be a mental thing.
It's biology.
No, that is not
biology. I think men just naturally want younger.
That's not biology, though.
Women.
I don't know. I think that's societal. I don't think there's anything in your bones in your brain telling you have to have somebody.
But why would I? Because the thing is, not like she looked older or anything.
So that's all the more reason why shouldn't it?
It's just ingrained.
Ingrained in your psychology. That's not biology.
It was just like, why? I was wondering, I'm like, why not biology being 2 years older than me?
So then you're like, she looked perfectly fine. If she happened to be 2 years younger than you, wouldn't care.
Oh, yeah. I would like to be older. I love to be older.
I think it has to do something more of a, I think
I just want to get older first.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. So like, you want to like, interesting. I don't know why.
I don't want to see that.
It has something to do with being a man, and not because of biology, but because of psychology. I don't know what it is. Some psychologists come figure this out. You guys have to do some work. But yeah, that's interesting. I don't, like I said, I'm coming from an outside view. I don't really know when it comes to me and whatever. Like their age is not. I would just be. I feel like I would just do the normal thing.
But probably. I think women lightweight can look. even though it's probably going against everything I'm saying though, but women in their like mid 30s can be at like their finest, I think sometimes.
Right. Well, you got to, I think every human grows into themselves and it takes time. Like, but some people are like, look their best in their 20s and they probably, most people would agree, they probably look the best in their 20s or whatever. But yeah, I guess that is true. It just really, you mature in age at a different rate and maybe you are more financially stable to be able to work out more and, you know, eat healthier and go to the gym more often, and maybe you're more disciplined in your 30s. I think on that a lot of women and a lot of people in general get better with age. So I don't know, y'all missing out the boys over there. Y'all want somebody who's 18 and a half.
Who?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I feel like I'm also what I see. I don't
What's
have
the youngest you'll go?
Youngest I would go for a relationship is, well, first of all, I've never been in one. Probably I'm 24. Probably 21.
21.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25.
I think I would rather go older
I
than
think
younger.
25 is when it's like I'll start taking it serious for a relationship. 23 is like I'm gonna probably make fun of you for your age, like you young, like
Right.
But I wouldn't say that for 25.
So she would have to have like special characteristics to be someone you would even consider. That makes sense. Yeah. I mean that's a fine range. I don't think, but I just think that I don't know if I could say that you're the average man.
But I could still be 41 and I'll date a 25.
Oh, okay. So this. So it doesn't change. I didn't see. I was okay. So when you get,
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, at 41, you're not even over thinking about.
That's
it.
why I
Unless
think that's when it gets weird.
No, I don't think it. I think if you're ultra successful, that's when you think about like
Right,
you
and
wanna
I-
have, yeah. But when
right.
you're just a normal 41-year-old, then you're not thinking
right,
about,
right, because you can't.
Yeah.
Because they won't be looking your way. If you're 41 and incredibly successful,
Yeah.
then you can be like, oh, I can have my pickings.
Yeah.
Which I guess, but I will be giving you a raised eyebrow at the bar. Like when I see you guys at the bar, and like I just went to when I was with.
And shouldn't we raise our eyebrows at that 25-year-old? Why are you with this old man?
I do think it's different. I would probably raise my eyebrow still, but I do think it's
What do you
way
mean
different.
Because she's using him.
Well, no.
Yes.
He's first of all, he's the predator.
No, she's preying on him.
She's the prey.
Yeah, no, she's preying on him. He's the prey. Because he's old and senile. I'm gonna take him for everything.
41 is not old and senile. You know what you're doing.
I'll take him for everything.
Now, okay, I would the older.
But you're gonna be vulnerable. And you're telling me, oh, you
No.
look good, and then, like, wow, I haven't heard of that since I was in my 20s.
I think that the 41-year-old successful man is hitting on the 25-year-old and not vice versa.
Oh.
But I think that maybe she's accepting it. I think that when the issue gets is when it gets like an older age range. So if you're 25 and you're a woman and you're now talking to somebody who's 60, you're the predator and they're the prey. The 60-year-old's the prey. But I think that when we're talking about 40 and the girl is 21. And I'm not saying, of course, at 21 years old, you're an adult and you can say no and whatever. He's not forcing her to do that with him. And I think there's fault on both sides. But I mean, at that point, if you guys want to do that, then that's fine. That's
But
none of my
women
business.
always, like, in high school, did you girls in your high school always want the older guys?
I don't know. I don't think that they. I actually thought we
I think that was the thing. Like in my generation, generations before, like you always heard about the high school girls like talking to these college guys.
Oh,
That was always a thing.
well, give me what was their names?
That was always a thing. They're like,
College guys talking to high school girls is really insane.
Yeah, but that was like always a thing. It was like literally like all the high school girls want the older guys.
Okay, and see, this is when we're talking about before, where like I don't place no fault on women like doing that either, because I think that's how society's been built up. It has largely been older man,
Well, because
younger
more than
woman.
likely the college guy, he has a car, and versus me, I'm a
Right.
sophomore.
Right? There's more. They see more masculinity and more maturity in older men, and I think vice versa. That same concept, men see more submissiveness and femininity in younger women.
Yeah.
and that's where I don't have a very good view on it because I'm not in either group, like or whatever. But I do think it's a little weird. I think that I don't know if that's human nature. I think that that's societal, that we made it that way. I think that could definitely be changed, but we would have to be having
Well, how
conversations.
long
about
is this? What?
No, it would never happen.
500 years of
Yeah.
society.
Yeah, it would have to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's societal. At
It
that
won't
point.
have. No, it is society.
Well, when does societal go out the picture? Like, can we go back 1,000 years in history and say this is societal, or is it now just what's ingrained in us?
Well, things have changed from 1,000 years ago for sure, but the things that have stayed may have stayed because things take a long time to be eradicated out of society. Think about like racism. Like I think we're always gonna have some kind of inkling of those people are different than me kind of aspect, and it's like you can't really say that that's biology, but it is definitely something societally. But it's gonna take a long time to get further from. Does that make sense? Like it's been however long. That's what people bring up all the time. Get over it. But it's been a long time already. It's gonna take another 500,000 years for us to like even be beyond race or whatever. And I think that some things are like just societal. I don't know. Y'all have to figure this out. I don't know why I have to be. I can't help y'all. I have enough problems in my own community. I just try to listen and give my own 2 cents into two opinions. I have definitely softened up on the men's side, hearing some of the crazy things that women have said.
We're going through it.
Not really. I do still side with women on most things, but I do think that that there are women who are definitely asking for too much and being too crazy, talking about he has to make this much and blah 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 and whatever. Because like it's just unfathomable to think about that in 2025. Like people are not making.
You know what I've actually been running into a lot lately about people just admitting their struggles on the on social media. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, life is hard. I can't pay this bill. I can't pay. I've been seeing run into that.
Oh, it's not sweet. Like I think that our when I say our generation, I think like everyone like millennial and younger we're just like fed up with really everything.
And then they say we're lazy. I'm like, no, we just want to be able to make a living wage.
Understand that. They don't understand that. I think it'd be different if we were also my generation specifically. And when I say my generation, I'm talking about like even old Gen Z. Like I'm I'm right at the old mark of it. So I'm 24 years old. Everyone who's in their early 20s right now, we literally like were becoming adults the moment everything went crazy. COVID happening, and then like all of the rent. Everybody is struggling in the United States right now. Like rent going up, car notes going up, all the insurance going up, everything going up, and then we don't have any financial stability though. At least if you were 30s, 40s, whatever, you had a job or whatever. Not that people aren't losing their jobs, but I'm saying you're not just jumping out and being an adult for the first time and trying to experience it with these new higher prices. You had a time before when it was lower and you were maybe able to ease into that higher price thing. And so now I think our generation's just fed up. It's like, what is this even for? The American dream is shot. There's no, living on like the days where you could buy a house working at whatever job you wanted to, or having unions, or working at Ford, or working at whatever, and being able to have a wife who didn't work, 2 kids, and you were able to buy your house with a regular normal salary. That doesn't happen anymore. You got to have a really high salary to be able to buy a house. And then I even saw, sorry, I'm always rambling, but there was this one thing where I saw in the 70s, I think, houses used to cost, I think they said 2 to 3 times your yearly income. That's how much a house used to cost. They said now it's 7 to 8 times. So your yearly income, your house is 7 to 8 times more than your yearly income, and it used to be 2 to 3 times. And the wages are staying the same. The wages are staying the same. Everything is going up in price, and then our generation is jumping into being an adult, and we're like now we're lazy.
And then they say, well, you guys don't want to work for your money. You guys just want to sit there. And I'm like, well, when you see people making money on the internet, making this much money, like what makes you think I want to break my back for $15 now?
Yeah, literally. And then more now than ever, we have so much income inequality. The people at the top are making billions. Like it's unheard of, unfathomable how much they're making and how little everyone else is. And it was different before, where there was people who were going to be more successful than other people, but the gap is now so large. It's like we gotta.
I feel like now it's either you're making it or you're not.
Yeah, it's literally either you're one paycheck below the poverty line. Or one paycheck from being homeless, or you, like, everybody in the country right now is so much closer to being homeless than they are to being anybody in the top 1%. And those people are making literally hand over fist money. So I don't know.
I'm about to DM Elon and say, could I get a test?
Yeah, and you're going to be left undelivered. He's never going to see that. Somebody actually, I think he was like, Elon's crazy too. But anyways, Elon was talking about if somebody writes me a plan of how I can end world hunger, I'll do it right now. And somebody wrote him a plan, and then he ghosted it. Didn't say nothing. I think he even said, "Oh, I can't do that," or something like that. And it's like, what? If you had all that money, you're talking about. I don't think people grasp how much money hundreds of billions of dollars is. I'm not even talking about $1 billion. Beyonce and Jay-Z, whatever, Rihanna, all those people who are like celebrities, $1 billion is still a lot of money. I'm talking about take that and times it by 200, 300 billion dollars. Is you will never spend that much money in your lifetime, and there are people who cannot eat.
And that's how that's
crazy.
The kings and queens and the royalty genetics pass now,
Okay, I don't know how that happened.
What?
Like, I always wonder how, like, in the UK, how did that family become the king and queen? Like, in the lineage, I don't know.
They probably
did they just like
fought a war and killed everybody.
Well, why is your blood special? Like, what does that mean?
Because our bloodline was the strongest.
But was it though?
They
I don't
beat
know.
everybody.
I gotta look at some about Normandy or whatever in 1066. That's when the UK started. I don't know. I know nothing about that. Anyways, we're gonna end it right here. But we've talked about a lot of world things, and I think our conversations are different than me and Mom's because Mom's coming from a different generation. So her thought process on all these things I think is different because she's not, you know, in that age range. And me and Malik obviously are on the same page because we're in the same age group. But all right, well, I'll see you guys next time with another video. Where can they find you at?
Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok. All is Eddie Chunk Chunk. That is ZADDY, CHUNK, CHUNK.
And as we all know, no, I'm just kidding. I actually don't really have an outro, but I'll see you guys next time with another video. And hope you guys enjoyed this one. Peace out.
Peace out.